All right, so this is one of those games where the score tells you exactly what happened, but also kind of doesn't. Canada beats France 10-2. And honestly, weirdly, it felt slow at times. And that's been a bit of a theme this tournament for Canada. They don't come out flying right away. They kind of ease into games, feel things out, and then at some point somebody flips the switch and it's all over. That's basically what happened here. Let's talk about it.
He punched me right in the head. He punched me right in the head.
Early on, Canada looked fine. Not bad, not dominant, just controlled. And you can almost feel the mindset and probably the rhetoric that John Cooper is bringing into the locker room. Don't make mistakes, play safe. Chances will come naturally. But as the game progresses, you feel like they get antsy, right? And then the bench collectively thinks, hey, what's going on, guys? Let's score. This is France. Not that there's anything wrong with France hockey. In fact, I think that they've made a statement in this year's Olympics. They've played 3 games just like Canada, and they played a solid game against Czechia, and they didn't get blown out by the Swiss. They certainly got blown out this game, but still, like at one point, France versus these countries, it was a blowout every time. The parity, it's catching up with every country. So it did take a while for the Canadians to score, but the breakthrough comes with a greasy one. A shot, rebound, chaos in front. Tom Wilson is the one that drives in and buries it. I like what Tom Wilson has been providing so far in these Olympics. It's good that they have him on the team, and it's a little tough to say that because of the history, but that's the Olympics, baby. Tom Wilson scores, and then almost immediately, France ties it. Personally, I saw that, and I kind of sat up a little bit, confused. I didn't think that Canada was in any danger, but France is the underdog, and they responded quickly. You have to hand it to them. They were playing the right type of hockey here. So for France, that goal is probably a big deal. For Canada, it's a reminder that you have to be sharp. Pareko, big mistake on this one. That can't happen, not in important games. But after that, it became Canada's game pretty quickly. Devon Toews jumps into a rush and snipes one. Then late in the period, Mark Stone picks one off short-handed and makes it 3-1, heading into the break. At that point, it felt like the game shifted for good. France was hanging around, but Canada hadn't even really started pressing yet. In the second period, the floodgates open. Cale Makar decides he's had enough and absolutely rips one. 4-1 Canada. It continues to snowball from there. Macklin Celebrini gets a penalty shot and finishes it like a veteran. Calm, no panic, just buries it. I had goosebumps at this moment, but I'm going to have to start getting used to these Macklin Celebrini moments. He's the real deal. Unless someone even better comes around, he is the generation of player that Canada is going to be watching and hockey kids are going to be idolizing for a very long time. And speaking of idolizing, Macklin Celebrini's idol is going to score next. Crosby puts Canada up 6-1. Starting to lose track here. Then McDavid scores early in the third. Celebrini, Crosby, McDavid, man, still you got to pinch yourself. So it's not really a hockey game anymore. You're kind of watching the game for the next goal. It's a stat sheet type game. McDavid is doing McDavid things, hitting another milestone in the process, which is just becoming routine at this point. He is now leading the tournament in points, driving play every shift. Honestly, he looks like he's got another gear that if he needs to do it. That's probably terrifying to the competition. The one concern, and I hesitate to say it's a real concern, but the thing that stood out to me is that the goaltending is still feeling a little bit uneasy. Jordan Binnington gives up another one later in the game, making it 10-2 in the end. It's a goal that he would probably want back, but does it matter? No, it's not an elimination game. You do want the goaltender to play at a resting level the entire way through, but call it what you want. Call it maybe a little bit of result of boredom. But at this point, if you think that there's any other goaltender that has a chance of playing in the important games other than Jordan Binnington, I mean, if he really puts up a stinker and they manage to win and move on, it's possible. But he's going to be the guy. Then later in the game, things got a little scrappy. There were some hits. There was, some chippiness. And then a fight in an Olympic game? Yeah. Who of all people would be getting in a fight on Canada's Olympic team? Yes, it's Tom Wilson. Nathan MacKinnon took a hit up high, and there was some conversations going around. Buddy goes to the box. He gets a 2-minute minor and comes out, meets up with Wilson, who had words with him, and the gloves came off. Weird thing is everybody before the tournament was cautioned about how fighting is suspension. It's going to get you kicked out of the game. You're going to miss a game. Well, that doesn't happen. And I don't think that there will be suspensions handed out for this. So that was weird. Also worth mentioning, Cale Makar looked like he was in pain a little bit. I think he missed a few shifts, but then later skated and looked fine. But also Nathan MacKinnon looked like he tweaked something after throwing a hit. He stayed in and he was smiling after the game. He didn't look totally in pain, but he was laboring a bit and he was grabbing at his knee and at his leg. That's something you definitely don't like seeing and probably have to keep an eye on because Canada can handle a lot. Losing MacKinnon would change a lot too, though. But at the end of the day, this is what was supposed to happen. Canada was supposed to dominate the French. They padded their goal differential. We now know that Canada is a first seed. The USA wasn't able to blow out their competition enough that they would grab the first spot. Yeah, key players produced. They looked good. Young guys like Celebrini look like they are completely unfazed by the moment. And now the real tournament starts. These elimination games, it's going to feel a little bit different. I don't know how much Canada will be able to continue their dominant spree. I think everybody is kind of anticipating that the US is the main competition, but one bad bounce, one bad night, one bad goaltender or one good goaltender could be all it takes to cause some heartbreak. Going to be off for a couple of days because I think the next game is on Wednesday? Yeah, on Wednesday. Quarter-final game. And I look forward to that. I also look forward to some changes potentially in the lineup. That will be interesting. Become a member. I might do a member video going over what I think of the lineup, what I think could change and what I think could get better. But what's great about this lineup is everybody is so well-rounded. So many good players and so many players that play on both sides of the puck. So stay tuned, members, everyone. And you guys know what to do. Thank you so much for your support. Hit that like button. It really helps me out with something probably, I think. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.